Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. We're here. We're doing it. It's been another fantastic 2 weeks. Hope you guys have had a good one, man. Boy, howdy, it just feels like everything is just coming together lately. I don't even know, like, I shouldn't even, it sounded like I was about to be like, oh my God, a huge announcement. Things have fallen into place in a line. I don't know, I've just been productive and had a lot of things going on, I guess. I don't know. But things are great. You know, I'm having a good time. I ate 9 hot dogs last weekend. 9 hot dogs. I should never eat 9 hot dogs. I don't think any person should eat 9 hot dogs. It was over the course of 2 days. That still isn't a good amount of hot dogs. You shouldn't be bragging to everyone that you ate a full pack of hot dogs. But there I was doing it. The first round was free. I got to go to a minor league baseball game. We scored some pretty sweet tickets thanks to a friend. Shout out to Shelby and Wes. They got us some really sweet tickets where we got to go sit in the Budweiser section of the ballpark. So in the Budweiser section, you get in there, it was free food and drink. They just had a whole cooler filled with alcohol and pop, and then they just had a whole buffet with brats, chicken tenders, nacho cheese, just like a whole smorgasbord. The popcorn, the peanuts. Oh, take me out to the ball game. I'm gonna stuff my fat face. Have me 5 or 6 dogs. Then wash it down with a nice cold Bud. That's a good night at the ballpark, dude. Wind was blowing out, too, so it was just a slugfest. I think I saw 7 home runs that night. It was insane because they just had to get it up in the jet stream and let Mother Nature pat the stats for you. Those are the best kind of ball games when you play sports, dude. When you were in baseball, if you're a hitter and you're in a hitter's ballpark with the wind, you just let Mother Nature just take over and just kind of just lift you up. And those minor league guys, could they use the stat pad? And, you know, they need all the help they can get to break on through to the minors. You know, you want to hit like 3 or 4 dingers that game. Okay, just bump up those stats so when the head office guys in the MLB are like, oh, so such and such is leading the minor leagues in home runs right now. Oh, he's doing pretty good. Maybe we should give him a shot. You got to take advantage of those days if you're gonna make it to the show. But I ate 5 hot dogs that night and and matched a beer. Went beer for beer. Dog for dog. I've heard of that challenge that dudes talk about, like, we're going to do 9 hot dogs in a beer every inning, so we're doing 9 dogs and 9 beers. I feel like I could have done that real easily that night. It also depends on the dog. You know, I will say that, because these were pretty standard hot dogs. They weren't anything crazy. They weren't like the big thick boys, okay? They weren't doling out the thick boys in this free hot dog box, which is fine. That's why I was crushing so many of them, dude. Okay. But I think I could do that challenge after doing this. I crushed, 5 Budweisers and 5 dogs, and I was gonna try to do the challenge. I was gonna try to, but my fiance just said, with the most kind and worried some ass, she said, please don't do the dog challenge. Honey, please don't do it. Not just only for your health, but for me, because bad things will happen if you eat that many hot dogs. And she's right. Eating 5 hot dogs it causes problems, okay? She's been around me when I've crushed some dogs. Yeah, it turns into a fart fest. It's not good. I don't know what it is in hot dogs, but they gas me up good and not in making me confident. They don't gas me up and make me confident. No, they make me so I will clear rooms with whatever leftover pig parts hot dogs are made out of. Apparently, it is a cocktail for me to just drop some deadly farts. So fair enough. I stopped myself. I did not complete the challenge due to my lovely fiance's request, okay? I respect her enough that I would, like, okay, you only have to deal with the wrath of 5 hot dog farts. I get 1 in the chamber per dog. It's like putting a fucking shotgun shell in me. You slide a hot dog right into the chamber. And that's loading up a fart, dude. Fart cartridge engaged. So I didn't do the challenge, But man, hot dogs they're just so goddamn good. I don't know how anybody hates hot dogs. It's one of the most versatile meats out there. You can use hot dogs for literally anything. You really can. You can just eat them how they are, just cook them on the stove, in the oven, on the grill, put them in a bun. Don't have a bun. Put a little bit of sauce on it. Doesn't matter. You can just eat it like that. You want to make tacos and don't have any taco meat, but you got hot dogs? Boom. Hot dog tacos. Throw that bitch in a burrito. You ever just dice up, coin them up, throw them in a fucking tortilla? Well, if you haven't, you've never been poor. Never had a struggle meal in your life, apparently. Never coined up hot dogs and made a hot dog burrito. I have. Throw a little taco seasoning on a dog, coined up. Throw some shredded cheese inside of a tortilla. Woo! That's versatile, dude. You want to spice up your mac and cheese? You throw a little hot dog in there, okay? You don't throw ham in there. Well, you do throw ham inside of a fucking mac and cheese is delicious. That was almost blasphemous on my part, because you put up some diced cubed ham into a mac and cheese. Woo! It's good. But you could do that with hot dogs. Hot dogs are always there, okay? They're always going to be there for you. They're a staple of poor people food. Okay? That's why the price on hot dogs really never goes up. Because they know. They know. And you know who they are. They know who they are, and we know who they are. And they won't raise the price of hot dogs because they know. If they do, there's a revolt. That's when the real revolt happens. If you skyrocket hot dogs or chicken nuggets, dino nuggets to be specific, if you take those away from poor families, that's when the revolution starts in this country. That's what'll radicalize me. You take away the cheapness of hot dogs and dino nuggets, I will fucking destroy you. Yes, I realize I sound like I'm talking like I have a diet of a 5-year-old. It's fine, okay? It's fine. I'm just garbage, and it's okay. I am trash, and I admit that. Okay, I'm fine. It's funny now. My fiance has known before I proposed to her, before we started, as we started dating. She kind of knew I was garbage. But I really solidified it the other weekend with the hot dogs, and then what really cemented it into cold fucking stone, just carved it in like it's hieroglyphics in Egypt. What really set it in stone for her was the fact that we saw a Little Caesars commercial. And apparently now, you guys, brace yourself. Little Caesars has acquired their own Mountain Dew flavor. And as garbage, as absolute white trash, I out loud, without thinking, verbally just communicated, now I have to go try that. Like it was a chore, but I also really want to do it. But I have to go try it. They'll take away my garbage card. They'll take away my white trash They'll take away my white trash badge. They'll be like, turn in your badge and your gun. Turn in your badge and your paintball gun, and you're no longer white trash. If I don't go try the Mountain Dew flavor, if you're true white trash, middle America, you try every flavor of Mountain Dew. Doesn't mean you like every flavor, but you have to try it so you can at least have a discussion, okay? That's how you weed out who's really trash. If you tried this flavor of Mountain Dew, oh, then this guy's a poser. It's a Fed. It's a fucking Fed. He hasn't tried the mango Little Caesars Mountain Dew. Guy's a Fed. And right now, I'll be called a Fed. And I'll be damned if I let somebody call me a Fed. I'm going to fed myself with some fucking Little Caesars and have a mango Mountain Dew, okay? Make sure I stay up to date, meet my quotas in order I'm being white trash. Yeah, it's true, dude. It's everybody realizes at a different point that you are a little bit of garbage at different points in your life. You know, mine was that, and the other time, that reason I've known, but then I get little reminders, and it's always Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is the lifeblood of white trash. It all traces back to Mountain Dew. This fucking hillbilly spring water teeth rot is what fucking really connects all of us white trash people. But that's when I really realized I was true garbage. It was one time wearing flip-flops, a bathing suit, a cut-off wrestling t-shirt, and I still had my long hair at the time, and I had a backwards trucker hat, and I went into a gas station and bought 2 different flavors of Mountain Dew and a slice of gas station pizza. And the guy looked at me in such a way that he was just like, he gave me the look like, you walked in and I profiled this order and I knew this was what was going to happen. Okay? I got LimeWire and Violet Voltage. Those are the 2 Mountain Dew flavors. You know how much garbage you got to be in order to get the blueberry and orange soda versions of Mountain Dew? Mountain Dew's not even known for those 2 flavors. Nobody thinks those are their favorite. They're my favorite, but goddamn, it's brutal. That was a brutal wake-up call. I was like, fuck, man, I gotta fucking get my shit together. But while I like being a little bit of like garbagey, you know, it has its perks. And one of those perks is when you're garbage and when you're white trash like me, right? You have an extensive knowledge of gas station food. Okay? Me and my buddies have connected on this, okay? We have straight up debates and philosophical conversations about gas stations, the best ones, and what are the best foods. And it turns out USA Today has done a whole thing, a whole top 10 list of the 10 best gas stations in the United States. And that's what we're going to read on today's show. Fuel your road trip with the top 10 gas stations in the U.S. Now, surprisingly enough, there's some hitters in here, dude. There's some local favorites. And honestly, I could tell you from a lot of this, there's some hidden gems, and I'll tell you the ones I think deserve to be on this list once we get through this. But a couple on here, pretty wild that they did here. And also, like, I don't know how this voting worked, but I'm pretty sure some Iowans got in and tried to tip the scales towards one. I don't know. It might have to do with like a company that recently changed their logo and everybody was really pissed about it, and they've kind of been fucking up their pizza lately. Anyway, let's read through the top 10. Okay, on December 1st, 1913, America's first drive-in gas station was opened in Pennsylvania. No shit. It was open in Pennsylvania. Where were people getting gas before the gas station? Were they making it in their fucking backyards? That's when the government came in and started regulating our diesel. Seriously, I have no idea. Well, I guess the first car was a Stanley Steamer, wasn't it? Just like steam powered, actually. So I don't, I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I know this. Instead of hauling gas cans from pharmacies, motorists could now pull up and refuel. Oh my God, you had to take a gas cans to. They sold gas at pharmacies. That's hilarious. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Also, do you have the pills for the Mrs. Headaches? I need to get gas, and I also need pills for a headache. She keeps sniffing this stuff, and she keeps having really bad migraines. Can now pull up, refuel, and keep driving. As more and more families own cars and live further and further from the city center, fueling stations began popping up along the highways across America. Today, we measure a gas station experience by much more than just the fuel, though. How clean they are, how clean are their bathrooms, how fresh is the coffee. Dude, they don't even make coffee by the pots anymore. They're always like those like single self-pour things. They're basically glorified Keurigs that somehow like chew up the fresh beans they have in there. It sucks. I hate it. They're not. It's never good. What snack options are available? These top brands, nominated by expert panel and voted by readers as the best in the U.S., cater those needs of drivers of all these ways. There's an expert panel on gas stations. Why the fuck wasn't I consulted? Okay? I consider myself very knowledgeable. I might have a college degree, but I know more about gas station culture than I do about event planning, which I went to school for. Okay, I know what's going on in a gas station way better than that, okay? I can tell you if a roller dog's been out too long just by eyeballing it. You know why? Because I want that dog. I got that dog in me, and I want that older roller dog item, okay? When it's got a little crisp on it. I want the unk of hot dogs on the roller grill, okay? It's been around the block. It's seen a couple things a time or two. They're better. I know everybody will fight me on that and be like, that's fucking gross. I disagree. I think it's a better hot dog. And you know what? You don't have to eat it. I'm glad you wouldn't pick it up because you think it doesn't look good. I don't think it looks unappetizing. So I'm glad you passed up on it because I get to get what I want. And no food goes wasted, okay? I'm saving the environment. Using all the parts to make a hot dog that we don't know what's in it and not letting an old hot dog go to waste. Number 10, Love's Travel Stops. At Love's Travel Stops, the country store, truck driver, and motorist can fuel up easily and enjoy various restaurants, buy snacks, and travel-related items 24 hours a day. They are headquartered in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and have more than 640 locations throughout the United States. Yeah, and you know what Love's does really cool that they didn't mention here? It's always a favorite thing. Like when I do road gigs or any kind of traveling, yes, I do stand-up. You can book me on stuff. Book me on shows. I will drive there so I can go to these gas stations that I like. But I like what Love's does. If you go to their bathroom, they have giant signs, right? And they're just like, you're here. And, like, not only do they show you where the other Love's gas stations are, but it just kind of helps. It's, like, fun to see, like, okay, we're kind of here. And you can kind of see the convoy of, like, if you wanted to stop at a Love's all the way throughout your stop or your trip. It's nice. I enjoy it. They're one of the only gas stations that actually puts up a whole fucking map. And that's partially because most truckers stop at Love's. They got the space for them. They got all sorts of good stuff going there. Love's definitely deserves to be on this list. They always have Chester's Chicken there, which if you've never had Chester's Chicken, highly recommend it. Got good wedge fries. Never really a big wedge fry guy. But Chester's does it perfect. And also, their chicken is very, very good. And then they always just have some other stuff. They either have like McDonald's or some other shit too. But a lot of times, always have that Chester chicken. Also, Love's breakfast burritos. Top quality. Top notch, I will say. Very much appreciate it. Let's go to the number 9 here. All's Up or Yes Way. What? I've never even heard of this one. First established in 1956 as a drive-in market, now part of the Yesway family, Olips has morphed into one of the Southwest. That's why I've never really heard it. Oh, okay, now I remember. I saw these when I was down in Arizona. Most notable gas stations over the decades. With more than 400 locations across New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas, while their stations are perfect for fueling up before a long road trip, the company has earned an abundant acclaim for their their hearty beef jerky and bean burritos. Damn, they're known for bean burritos. See, I can fuck with that. I love a good bean burrito. If you can make a solid bean burrito, I'm there for it. Also, being a good fuel station in like Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Texas, out there in like the sticks. When you're in the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas and into New Mexico, you got to have a safe gas station you can go to. Nice lit up one with lots of working lights and cameras everywhere to keep the riffraff so hills have eyes situations don't happen. No, that's why it's all ups. All of us are up so we can make sure the meth heads don't attack us. They're letting you know that all their clientele are on guard and ready to defend you at any given point. Well, cool. I'll have to keep it. Now that I know they're known for their bean burritos, next time I'm in Arizona or New Mexico, I'm getting a fucking bean burrito from one of those places, dude. Rutter's began as a dairy farm in 1921 in York, Pennsylvania. The second generation of the Rucker family founded the convenience store brand, and the third and fourth generation continued to manage it. The food menus ranks among the most extensive of any gas stations. The other options ranging from burgers, sandwiches, pizza, tacos, lo mein bowls, and fried seafood. Don't get the seafood. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Don't ever get seafood of any kind. Don't get fish at a restaurant, okay? Unless it's a square fish patty. That's the only thing you get at gas stations, okay? That's the only type of a fish fillet because it's fried, and it's fried to hell and back, okay, dude? Don't ever get. I guess that's fried seafood. It says there, but I don't know, man. I don't eat fish, so do what you want. I'm talking about how I want to eat a bean burrito specifically while I'm in Arizona next time from one place. If you want to try out their seafood, fucking go for it. I've never really heard of that brand though. I don't think I've ever seen one either. It's obviously an East Coast brand started in Pennsylvania. Have to keep my eye out for it. This next one I'm very familiar with from being in Utah for the time being, and that's Maverick. If you need a pit stop on your next outdoor adventure, Maverick is a great place to fuel both your car and your body. Based in Utah, the company operates more than 400 locations in 12 western states, all known for their outdoorsy vibe and top-notch food. Try their breakfast burrito. Elite breakfast burritos, guys. When I go back to Salt Lake City and do Wise Guys and do shows with my friends and hang out in the Salt Lake City area, that is a thing I get all the time. I will go get specifically that breakfast burrito from Maverick. It's the best. It's fucking loaded to hell and back. You could tell. So Utah, big mountain towns, they love snowboarding and stuff. You can tell whoever is in the back rolling those burritos knows how to roll blunts because they're fucking rolling them breakfast burritos tight. No bacon or egg is escaping that, okay? You got bacon, egg, hash browns. You got the works inside of there, and they roll it up like a tight, fat blunt, dude. The Maverick is sick, and this is how much knowledge I have about gas station stuff, guys. Maverick bought now what is known as Come and Go here, and they're converting them into Mavericks here in Iowa. I am so fucking stoked about that, because if we get these breakfast burritos here in Iowa, Perfect. Let's fucking go, okay? And come and go food. I'm sorry, you guys, you fell off. You never had good food, to be honest. Come and go never had good food. They tried to have good pizza. They tried to have some burger stuff. It just fell flat, and that's why they never made this list. But they got bought by number 7. All right, let's get to the next one. Racetrack. Operating across the southern United States since 1934, racetrack stations provide friendly services and competitive, affordable gas prices. They offer rewards programs that are high-quality foods from breakfast sandwiches, pizzas, roller grill hot dogs, and Swirl World ice cream, to fresh sandwiches, fruit, and yogurt. Don't forget to grab a cup of fresh brewed coffee before you hit the road. Never heard of that brand either. But clearly it's in the southern United States, and I've only spent a lot of time in Texas, and yeah, I don't remember ever seeing one of these down there. So yeah, I'm not familiar with the South as well as I should be. QT Quick Trip. This is one of my top tier. I will say this before I read this, and I love QTs. I do love them. I love all their food. This is a fucking staple. I love going to these places. Their roller items are legit. They sometimes are some of the trashiest gas stations I've ever been in. And that's part of the reason I love them. But here we go. Starting with just one store in 1958 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, QT has grown to over 1,000. They have 1,100 locations. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. Across 20 states, QT has built a loyal fan base thanks to the lightning quick, friendly service and crave-worthy made-to-order items like barbecue sandwiches, breakfast tacos, and soft-served ice cream. Always striving to be on the cutting edge, QT was the first to market in 1977 to serve self-serve fountain drinks. Whoa, they were the ones who fucking brought it in. See, round of applause. QT, just fucking innovative. And I'll tell you what else they got. They got a brisket sandwich that fucking bangs, dude. I know you don't want to believe me, but they do. They got a brisket sandwich that fucks. Also, their mac and cheese rules. Their pizza slices are fucking legit, and any roller item is the best. I crave. This is the one where my girl or my fiance, she will, like she's gonna be out of town soon. I will be going to QT at least twice because I can get a gas station chili dog. I love their chili dogs so goddamn much, okay? You hit a chili dog with that fucking nacho cheese on it and then put a dog in there, dude, I'll crack those open. But, dude, it's a blast radius afterwards, dude. I am ready. I can't be around people. I'll kill somebody with my farts. Gas station chili dog farts are another level, okay? You know how, like, I was talking about how putting in a hot dog in me is like loading up a gun, right? Yeah, that's putting 50 cows in me. That's the sniper rifle, dude. I'm killing you from a distance. There's a radius. Number 4 here is Royal Farms, which I've never heard of. Royal Farms is a popular for road trippers thanks to their clean bathroom and vast variety of high-quality fast food meals and snacks. Around 300 locations can be found across 7 states: Delaware, Maine, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. Yeah, see, that's why I've never heard of that place, because I've never been to really any of those places. Except Pennsylvania, but I was in Philly, and all we saw was Wawas. Which, Wawa, I'm bringing you up now because you deserve to be on this list. Wawa, you're fucking fantastic. The problem is you're not a national chain. That's why you couldn't get on this thing. Not enough people know about you. Not enough people going to Philly to see the beauty of Wawa. The made-to-order sandwiches, your pretzels are fucking fire, dude. God damn, I love a fucking Wawa pretzel. Number 3, though, a very, very, this was a dark horse. I never would have put this in the top 10, but somehow, some way, Two Iowa staples, I feel like, have snuck their way into this. Hy-Vee, an employee-owned company, prides itself on providing customers with high-quality, healthy foods, excellent customer service. Drivers will find these aisles in 8 states through the Midwest. While the company began as a general store in 1930, as it expanded its offers adjacent convenience stores and gas stations. Yeah, so these are like a pretty popular thing. I'll say this is what's crazy about it. You can go into one of these motherfuckers and get a full-on breakfast. I'm not talking just, oh, I got like a breakfast burrito or I got me a little breakfast sandwich. No, I'm talking you can get eggs, fucking pancakes, bacon, and hash browns on a fucking plate if you go at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay? You can walk out with a full diner breakfast for like $10. It's wild. And it's funny to me because for those not from the Midwest, Hy-Vee used to have whole breakfast buffets. Whole breakfast buffets that you could go into. There was a whole diner in every one of them. And it's because a lot of these were in small towns, okay? And the farmers would show up at 5 fucking a.m. in the morning, go in there, just be old boys, drinking their coffee, having a stack of pancakes before they get out there tilling the land. Okay, and that's what we did in America. That was Midwestern culture. We're going to go to the Hy-Vee. That was how farmers started their day, was going to the Hy-Vee diner. And now Hy-Vees don't have that anymore. Very, very few of them actually still have their diners and stuff in them like that. But you can still go get that diner food in a gas station. It's fucking wild to me, but it's cool. They've grown on me, Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh. I used to hate them. Especially, I became very jaded because a Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh, when my first apartment, took over a QT by my apartment, and I used to go to that QT all the time because I'm trash. And they switched to this, and it was adjustment period because they didn't have the same stuff or whatever. But what won me over, Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh, what they have that a lot of other people don't carry, the burger dogs. You know what I'm talking about. It's a fucking treat. I love a burger dog, guys. Just a beef dog with cheese in the middle of it. Fucking winner, okay? That's what sold me, and then when they start bringing around those breakfast deals, woo-wee. Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh, definitely. Well, I did not think about it being on this list, but they crawled their all the way to the top. Number 2, Casey's. Casey's found roadsides in Long Island. Man, let me retry. Casey's found along roadsides in Iowa and several surrounding states has earned a loyal following for carrying just what the road trip needs when they need it. Hungry drivers appreciate the selection of food made in-store, including sandwiches and pizza. The breakfast pizza is particularly popular. I like how it says the breakfast pizza is particularly popular because people in the Midwest love Casey's breakfast pizza. Anybody who's outside the Midwest and has it is like, what the fuck is this? There's something in the water here that does tricked Midwesterners into thinking this is what we have to have for breakfast. And I've learned to stop having it for breakfast or eating as much as I used to because, yeah, it does. It'll tank your day. You will become an unproductive piece of shit if you eat Casey's too much. Also, yeah, this is the one I'm pretty sure people kind of stacked the cards. There was some multiple voting. I don't know how. Somebody bribed the expert panel. I don't know. I just don't think Casey's belongs at number 2 in my opinion. Even as an Iowan, I can't give them that. But rightfully so. They didn't get number 1 because number 1 does go to the best gas station around, and that is Quick Trip. That's why I was saying the other place is QT. I know that's Quick, but this is Quick Trip. Here in Iowa, they're called Quick Stars because they don't want to try to like deal with Quick Trip and all that shit. But Quick Star, I'm going to call it Quick Star. So Quick Star for the audio listeners. That way you're not confused. Quick Start, a Wisconsin-based family-owned company, operates more than 800 stores in the Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Michigan, South Dakota, and Illinois. Their bakeries make more than 24 types of items each day, and all milk is sourced from dairy farms within a 100-mile radius of La Crosse, Wisconsin. No shit. So all their dairy is locally sourced on all of those. That's wild. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. They got the best warmer in the game, okay? Their food selection is top notch. You can get a 3-piece chicken dinner with fries for like $4. You can they got great mac and cheese. Their pizza's pretty solid. Corn dogs are legit. Their donuts, anything in their bakery is absolute fire. And here's where it's even better. Like, if you don't like getting, gas station snacks or like that kind of warmer food, I get it. They got a full-on, like, grocery store in these places. Just like a little tiny 4 or 5 aisle grocery store where you can get fresh stuff. It's legit. Quick Start deserves the number one spot. They are now my favorite guy. I will pass all the other gas stations you guys heard me talk how much I like about to go to this place. I would much rather. I'm probably going to leave this podcast and go to drive to Quick Start just to get something. But, man, I hope that informs you and helps you for your next trip so you know what are the best ones to go. And take it from me as a garbage person. That list is pretty comprehensive and has some good spots on there. And you know where else has some comprehensive good stuff on it? puntinggame.com. That's right, everybody. puntinggame.com is where you can find this show, Not Worth the Time. You can find it every other Monday coming out to you. You can also find my other show, Who Gives a F, with my older brother Nathan. We put that out every Wednesday, so go check that out at puntinggame.com. Or we also have a back catalog of all the shows we've ever had on the website. There's thousands of hours of content, so go over there, check out something cool. And if you'd like to watch this show, you want to watch me struggle to read through this and see the articles as I read them, you want to go to youtube.com and search Comic Wade Taylor. Search Comic Wade Taylor in the search bar and hit subscribe. Well, hey, welcome to all the new subscribers. Can't thank you guys enough for checking out all the content and liking it enough that you were just like, I want to see more of what you do. So I really appreciate it. So thank you to all the new people for checking out the shows. Can't say enough how much that means to me. So thank you for subscribing. And if you'd like to subscribe and see more stuff, you want to see the video versions of this podcast, video versions of Who Gives F, my stand-up sketches that I put out, all on YouTube. Comic Wade Taylor on YouTube. Also check out my Instagram at Wade Taylor _WGAF. That's Wade Taylor _WGAF is where you can find me on Instagram to see some clips as well. And then if you want to really support the website, if you feel like, hey, I want to throw you guys a couple bucks, the best way you can do that so you get something with it is to go to the Punting Game Shop. The Punting Game Shop at puntinggame.com, where you can find t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, all sorts of cool stuff to represent your favorite shows here at puntinggame.com. And don't forget to use the promo code NWTPOD. That's NWT Pod. And they get you free shipping at checkout, guys. Guys, thank you for listening to Not Worth the Time. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Go get yourself a nice breakfast item from a gas station. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.